7 FM.
Because you're worth it. Because you're worth it. Because you're worth it. And you're worth it. You know you're worth it.
Yes, you're worth it. We'll go the whole mile for you. Diamond 88.7 FM. We've got you.
I'm in love. I'm obsessed. And I don't even feel guilty about it.
Obsessions are not always bad, especially when it's an obsession with your favorite radio station, Diamond 88.7 FM. We're obsessed with enhancing your radio experience. Diamond 88.7 FM, shining supreme.
For the best of national, local, international news and sport, tune in to News Punch and Diamond 88.7 FM. News Punch, all about the news.
The time is 9 o'clock. Good morning and thanks for staying with us on Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. This is News Punch, a news and current affairs compilation of topical story headlines making the rounds. I am your host, Nedu Okori. You're welcome. Here are the headlines trending in the news today. 2023 poll, Tinubu hails Presidential Election Petition Tribunal judgment. Tribunal upholds Tinubu's victory in 2022 presidential poll. Labour Party rejects Presidential Election Tribunal's judgment. Tribunal strikes out Atiku's claim as Guinean citizenship drug case against Tinubu. Subsidy removal. NLC ends warning strike, says significant stride achieved. Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. Buhari hails Tinubu's victory, says tribunal has written history. Homosexuality was once named a mental disorder in psychiatry. This is according to Oye Gureja, is a renowned Nigerian psychiatrist from the University of Ibadan and also from the World Health Organization. At MMA2, that's the Muritala Mohammed Airport 2, we are not just processing people, but building a lifestyle community. This is coming from the COO, the Chief Operating Officer. Again, 4 persons kidnapped in Ekiti. NSCDC busts adulterated fertilizer product syndicate in Jos. Customs redeploy senior officers. 5 escape death in Ureje River as flood ravages Ekiti. All right, moving over to the foreign scene. U.S. hits Sudan RSF commanders with sanctions for atrocities. 4 dead in Cairo building collapse. U.S. to arm Ukraine with controversial tank shells. UK terror suspect escapes prison by hiding under van. All right, that's it from the look from the foreign scene. Moving into the world of sports, Osimhen Oshuala nominated for Ballon d'Or. NPFL board contradicts self on reasons for kickoff postponement. Djokovic into record 47th Grand Slam semi-final. And finally, in the world of sports, Serrano Ramos women's title bout to make history. And those are the major headlines making the rounds today. It was compiled and edited by Joseph Emeribe. My name is Nedu Okorie. For sponsorship and advert placement, kindly contact our sales and marketing office on 0912 929 4332. You can also call 0812 828 6078. Up next is the Diamond Breakfast Show, where we discuss and have an in-depth analysis of some of the topical stories. Don't forget that you can follow us by logging on to any of Diamond FM online platform on www.diamondfm.net or keep up to date via our social media pages. Do stay tuned.
The major talking point in Nigeria are always on the lips of the citizens.
What's going on in this country? Look at smaller countries taking lead and you call yourself giant of Africa. Yeah.
Nigeria don't spoil my business too much. Nigeria is too hard for us. I mean, I want to kill us. Father, not kill us for Nigeria. Oh, please, so help us beg them.
They should reduce their expenditure so that they can free enough money for social development.
I wish for a Nigeria where we elect a leader based on competency and not popularity.
On the Diamond Breakfast Show, we place the spotlight on the critical issues in the country.
Government that says they are broke can prioritize construction of an additional runway over education of the people.
How can the government, how can you hurt Indomine? This is intolerable. It's provocative.
Now, you see, when you look at our democratic journey, we are yet to practice genuine democratic system in Nigeria.
Join us on Mondays to Friday on the DBS from 9 to 10 a.m. The Diamond Breakfast Show, amplifying the voice of the people.
From the studios of Diamond 88.7 FM in Ilorin, this is the Diamond Breakfast Show.
All right, it's 7 minutes gone past the hour of 9, and this is the Diamond Breakfast Show, reaching you from our International Media Center right here in Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. Thank you for joining us. As you all know, that Diamond Breakfast Show is a program where we discuss and analyze trending issues relating to current affairs, politics, governance, and the society at large, and it reaches you from Mondays to Fridays every week, and this is the Thursdays edition. I'm always live on Tuesdays as well as on Thursdays on the Diamond Breakfast Show. My name is Nedu. All right, do not forget that you can be a part of this program. You can share your thoughts and opinion via WhatsApp through this number on 0913 655 6864. 0913 655 6864. All right, let's get the show started. Yes, this morning we'll be looking at the outcome of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal judgment that went down yesterday. And we would be joining our guest via telephone conversation and shortly. So yesterday, the court delivered its verdict confirming the victory of President Bola Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress at the 2023 presidential election polls. And let's listen to the judgment.
Having considered and decided that the three petitions, number CA EPC 03-2023, CAP EPC 04-2023, and CAP EPC 05-23 are all devoid of merit. The petitions are hereby dismissed. Accordingly, I affirm the declaration and return of Bola Ahmed Tinubu by the Independent National Electoral Commission Annex as the duly elected president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The parties in the three petitions are to bear their respective costs.
All right, that was the judgment, the final judgment right there, which has been creating a buzz and mixed reactions amongst many. Well, reacting to the ruling, President Tinubu said he welcomed the judgment of the tribunal with an intense sense of solemn responsibility and preparedness to serve all Nigerians, irrespective of all diverse political persuasions, faith, and tribal identities. Well, let's listen to what the president has to say concerning the outcome of the judgment.
Almighty, it's been a very, very strong and emotional journey for all of us, struggling for democracy, truth, and justice for all. Today, we give kudos to the judiciary for their indefeasible commitment to rule of law and to humanity. Thank God Almighty for guiding us this far and protecting us. With your support, joys, and adulation, the theme for Nigeria is for us to pull Nigeria up and be proud of a country that's the only country that we have. 1 out of 4 black race is in Nigeria. Well-educated, dynamic, collaborative, and forward-looking people. Hard-working, no doubt. We have no reasons to be poor. Don't look back. Look forward.
All right, that was the voice of the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He says we have no cause to look backwards. Let us look forward, reacting right there to the outcome of the presidential election petition judgment. And our phone lines is already buzzing. I think we can take just one call if you want to react. Just one call before we move on to our guest. Hello, good morning. Hello. Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from, please? Oh, we lost that call right there. All right. We'll be joining our guest. Our guest is a media practitioner and a public affairs analyst, and we'll be connecting with him shortly. He is in the person of Mr. Abdul Latif Abubakar Jos. He's a media practitioner, and we'll be discussing on what his take is on how the election petition tribunal judgment went down. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, please. You're live on Diamond FM 87.7 FM. Yes, am I speaking with Mr. Abdul Latif Abubakar Jos?
Exactly. Speaking.
All right. Yes, you're speaking with Nedu, and you are live. We would love to discuss with you on the outcome of the presidential election petition judgment that went down yesterday. Now, for a lot of Nigerians that watched the 12-hour court session it might be clearly new. But I'd like to know or to get your opinion on what you make of the tribunal rulings.
Thank you very much, my brother. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, it's wonderful because incidentally I watch it from the beginning till the end. Because the ruling was started at about after 9, ended up almost about 10 o'clock yesterday night. But if you look at it, some of the grounds of the judgment that was dismissed by the judges all along, as a journalist, I've been covering election for I think since 1993. When we did that of MK Abiola, and from 1999 when we came into this dispensation.
Yes.
But if you look at it, with the trend of event, the line of argument, in the first instance, even the drug issue that they were leveling against Bola Tinubu, I expected that to be. I said, because look, if you look at all the records that was brought even from the United States, there was no conviction. And the law is very, 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 very clear about that. That is why in our law, even if somebody is caught red-handed, stealing, what do we call the person? I mean, as a journalist, before the law, we call the person a suspect. You don't outrightly say he's a thief because the court of law has not convicted the person. That is one of the grounds in which that, what is it called? The drug issue put across by the Labour Party was thrown away.
Okay.
When you look at the issue of the nomination of a candidate,
yes,
these are issues that have been discussed. That has been ruled upon in court severally. That look, if you are not a member of a political party, you cannot venture into how they conduct their own affairs. In law, that is what is called medicum interloper. Because for something that does not concern you, my brother, you are cooking rice and beans in your house. We are going for a tournament, and I'm taking Gary in my house. When we now got to the tournament, you now said because the Eba that I've taken is so strong, why would I take Eba? What is your business? You don't ever I do. Because if you're not it's a member of that party that can even come out and say, look, this guy is not part of us. You understand?
Yes.
Unfortunately, one of the problems we mostly have in Nigeria these days is the fact that we have two courts. We have the public opinion court and we have the legal court. The legal court works with facts and relates with legal aspects of law. But the public opinion works with sentiment. And what am I talking about with the sentiment? So long as my candidate does not win, that means that the judges were biased. Unfortunately, we've not gotten to a level in Nigeria whereby we look at things from the merit. But be that as it may, if you listen to the grounds at which those points put forward by those grounds, put forward by the opposition were thrown away yesterday, you will know that, look, there's substantial ground to be thrown away. Because even very sound lawyers, because you see, as a journalist, on most occasions, we discuss this with legal minds, and you don't take one opinion of a legal mind. You take about 2, 3, 4, 5, then you now look at and sample things together. You see, we have to understand that the judgment given yesterday, you realize that it was even a unanimous judgment. There was no dissenting opinion from the judges. And they all gave their grounds. So when you look at it, believe me, it was a sound judgment. I expected it all along.
All right.
There is this aspect of it that people mostly talk about that, have you ever seen in Nigeria that a presidential election has been ruled off from the court and situations like that since 1999? It's not possible. Why? Ask me.
Why?
Since 1999 to date, if you go back into records, there has not been any presidential candidate that won election that has not won with majority vote.
Okay.
And all along, what most of the contestants that mostly go to court, mostly go there to argue, are not even mostly on even the election conducted. They are even probably on issues. Because even if you recollect that even one of the grounds of that judgment yesterday was a pre-election issue that came up.
Okay. All right. Comrade Abdul Latif, thank you for your submission right there concerning the tribunal rulings. Quickly, let us look at the oppositions. After the judgment was given, the Labour Party refuted the judgment, stating that justice was not well served and it did not reflect the law and desire of the people. Similarly, the PDP stated that the judgment is against reason, against the fact and evidence presented in court, and they also stated that it is against the relevant electoral law. Meanwhile, the court's judgment held that the litigants, that's talking about Labour Party, the PDP, Atiku and co, did not, by way of credible evidence, establish the allegation that the election held on February 25th was characterized by corrupt practices. Now, let us cross-reference these two assertions. Was it that the council, to the litigants, that's the oppositions, were incompetent enough to prove beyond reasonable doubt that the election was perpetuated?
No. The litigants,
yes,
their counsel, we can't say they are incompetent.
Okay.
You see, my brother, we have to be very pragmatic with all this situation. In law, what you see to be not right might be proven to be right through another aspect. And through another aspect in which I'm talking about has to mostly do with the technicalities.
Okay.
The technicalities, because like one of the judges said yesterday when he was reading out his own submission.
Yes.
He said, look, all the cases were treated on their merit.
Okay.
That, for instance, the Labour Party cited that there were corruption, so there was a voting allegation.
Yes.
Over voting and voting fraud in some states and what have you. And you're not able to prove it. And one of the things with our legal system is he who alleges must prove.
Must prove with facts.
He who alleges must prove. So if you allege that Abdul Latif did something that is wrong, it is not Abdul Latif to now say, no, I did not, because I was... No!
All right.
It's not left for me to defend myself. It is left for the person that is alleging to... That is what the position of our law is.
Okay. All right.
Prove that this thing really happened. Prove it.
All right.
That is why the judges were saying that, look, you have not said anything, so to say, before us.
All right.
And when you look at, there is this aspect of it that, look, they all, for instance, even if the law, if the judgment go the other way around, assuming that peradventure, even Bola Tinubu lost the election, lost the verdict yesterday, he still has the opportunity of going to the Supreme Court at the same time.
Okay.
Just like all these ones also. And like I mostly tell people, the Atiku Abubakar case versus Obasanjo in the 2003, 2007 made us understand that you cannot remove a deputy because the two of you are on the same ticket. It has not been proven in any court of law in Nigeria, not until that period. Because Obasanjo just thought at that period that I can just remove my deputy and say, look, I don't want him anymore. So you see, the good thing of going to the Supreme Court is it will even bring out some other aspect of law that we can use subsequently that we have not even explored. Because it's just like even the 25% Abuja requirement.
Yes.
The 25% Abuja requirement, what the judges, what they relied on yesterday was the fact that, look, Abuja is not superior to any of the states, even during the creation, that those that did the law, those that did the law at that time, the framers of the law, they did not have it in mind that Abuja was, at a point in time, I was even laughing when Justice Haruna Samani was even giving explanation to and the definition of and using the dictionary, Black Dictionary, using the comma and the semicolon, what it means, indicating that and signifying that Abuja is not different from any of the other states.
All right.
That Abuja is not superior.
All right, comrade. All right, comrade. Our time is fast spent. Now, Nigerian politicians have been regarded as, have been described as the most litigious people on earth. And going forward, with reference to coming elections and tribunals, what do you think every Nigerian should take away as a lesson from the 2023 general elections and also from the court proceedings that went down yesterday?
My brother, one of the things I so much respect former President Goodluck Jonathan for is for you to be able to accept defeat and move on with your life. Even if Jonathan had a very bad administration during this period, believe you me, for that singular act,
yes,
Jonathan is an elder statesman to me. Because it is not everything that we have to go to court to prove and say, look, we don't. I don't think there's ever been any situation in Nigeria whereby we don't go to court. I mean, in terms of election, if not for that of the Jonathan administration, there is so much respect. Because you see, there are some other things that even lawyers will tell you, but unfortunately, at the same time, some of our lawyers don't tell their clients the truth. And similarly, some client doesn't want to listen to the truth. Because look, there are some certain situations whereby you tell your client and say, look, this thing is clear. Proving electoral fraud is not easy, because that is why I even want to read the judgment in that of the Kogi Central, Senatorial Central yesterday, whereby they threw out the APC senatorial winner.
Yes.
And the law now upheld that of Apoti of the SDP.
Yes.
You understand? Because I want to read it to find out and say, look, how come were they able to decipher and said, look, this the former winner was allotted votes more than his court, and the SDP vote was reduced.
Okay.
But you see, the good thing, just like you're rightly saying, I want us to develop the culture of not going to court all the time and said, look, we have to go and prove it that when the people decide, it's part of ways for us to strengthen our democracy, so that let the people decide, not the court deciding on who becomes our leader.
All right.
Because by the time we're able to reduce the level of practices, look, there is no perfect election in the world, like I keep saying. We saw that during the second term of Barack Obama in the United States of America. We saw that even in the election up to this moment. Donald Trump of the United States of America did not accept, that's another one, did not accept that Joe Biden won the election.
All right, Comrade Abdulateef Abubakar Jos, it's been a great time talking with you and discussing on the outcome of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. Thank you so much for joining us on the Diamond Breakfast Show.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
Wishing you a very good day.
All right. All right, you're still listening to the Diamond Breakfast Show right here on Diamond 88.7 FM. And we'll continue with the Diamond Breakfast Show when we return from this short break. Do not go anywhere. You're still listening to Nadu.
There's only one thing that can unlock the future for your child. And that is the best education. That's why at Gator Praise Academy, we provide every child with a space to learn, grow, play, and become. Our teachers bring their expertise and understanding to help guide your children, opening up new worlds of learning. We offer enrollment into crash, pre-nursery, nursery, and basic school. And we are giving free notebooks for the first 20 registrations and free tuition for one child from a group of 4. We are located at opposite Kwara Chemical, Okoyani Junction, Taiwa Road, Ilorin, Kwara State. Find your child's future at Gator Praise Academy. Enroll your child today.
And why are you this happy, my dear?
Because an end has finally come to failure in our son's education.
Oh, really?
Of course, yes. Panacea International Academy is in town.
Oh yes, Panacea International Academy, a citadel of learning where everything is international with standard day facilities established for children both home and abroad. Our students are not just academically upright but morally, physically and spiritually sound with qualified and God-fearing teachers. Our school environment is conducive with fully equipped science and language laboratories, computer rooms, 24 hours power supply and a standby school bus conveying the students from one location to another. Admission is in progress into both primary and secondary classes and our forms are available at Panacea International Academy, Oloje Street, based in Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. For further inquiries, call 0806-227-2764 and 0803-349-2673. Panacea International Academy, wisdom, integrity, and excellence.
Children account for more than 1/3 of the world's population, and there is no keener revelation of a society's soul than the way we treat the children.
Child rights are human rights which must be respected. Let us sacrifice our today so that our children will have a better tomorrow.
By advocating and supporting the full implementation of the child rights law in Plateau,
Kwara,
Benue,
Kogi,
and Nasarawa states.
This message is brought to you by Center for Women, Youth and Community Action, NAWICA.
Center for the Advocacy of Justice and Rights.
Fulfilling Dreams Foundation.
Teens Educational Development.
Ohonyeta Caregivers.
Through the Strengthening Civic Advocacy and Local Engagement.
Scale Project with the generous support of the American people.
Through the United States Agency for International Development, USAID.
And Palladium. The content are the sole responsibility of the Child's Right Advocates Cluster and do not reflect the views of the United States government.
Are you looking for a school that inspires, nurtures, and trains great children? Look no further. Olatunji Image School is here. Olatunji Image School creates an inclusive learning environment where every child feels loved, safe, and welcome. We inspire excellence and build an upright character in children. Our teachers are certified, experienced, and dedicated to training independent learners who become responsible members of the society. Our environment is conducive, hygienic, and has a standard playground. Top-notch ICT and sporting facilities, and so much more. What are you waiting for? Visit us today at number 5 Chukwajani Street, Olorunshogo area in Ilorin, Kwara State. Admissions are currently open for kindergarten, nursery, and primary classes. For inquiries, call or WhatsApp 0811-262-9073 or visit our Instagram and Facebook pages at Olatunji Image School. Olatunji Image School, a great choice for your child for improved learning and character.
All right, you're welcome from that commercial break. You're still tuned into Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin. Yes, of course, and this is the Diamond Breakfast Show. And we've been talking and discussing on the outcome of the presidential election petition judgment. Yes, you can make your thoughts known and send your opinions via WhatsApp on 0913 655 6864. You can also call 0913 655 6952. Our phone lines has been buzzing. Well, let's pick some calls and also read some messages. Hello, good morning. Oh, we lost that. All right, keep your calls coming in. This message is on WhatsApp. It says, good morning. Let's give kudos to the presiding judges. Despite all the constraints, they exhibited dexterity in the process before pronouncing the judgment. I concur with the analyst. Let the oppositions join hands with the government in power and move the country forward. God bless Nigeria. This is from Abdul Karim from Ogbomosho. All right. Oh, we lost that. Keep your calls coming in on 0913-655-6952. What are your thoughts and reactions concerning the judgment? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. This is Abiona calling from Milan.
All right, Mr. Abiono, go ahead with your contribution.
So, kudos to the man that you just called.
All right.
Online. So, I called earlier when Dr. Phil was in the studio.
Okay.
Based on the facts and evidences provided while the case was going on. So actually, everybody, if you have open mind that you are not being biased, should have known that this is what is going to happen. I told him yesterday that I was going to be disappointed based on what he was saying. Somebody that is studying law was saying something like that. I was so disappointed yesterday. And clearly, there's still room for appeal. Let's see what will happen essentially. Good morning.
All right, good morning. Thank you so much for your contribution. All right, let's pick one more call before we move on to the next talking point. The numbers to call again are 0913-655-6952. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, please, what's your name and where are you calling from? All right, Olanrewaju, go ahead.
I've always said this. You see, in legal paradise, you see Nigerians with sentiments, emotions, and it's not done that way. Because some people, you see, when an election is going on, pray that who you want to win. If after election, if that person doesn't win, move on. Pray that the person in power in that regime pray that in this regime let me to make my own, let me be successful. Okay. Instead of wishing that the person in power to fall, it will bounce back on the person wishing back that way. You see, Nigerians, let's have the way. There's nowhere in the whole world where I've ever seen that election is perfect.
All right.
It will always be improving. Look at US now. Look at Kenya. Look at you see, Nigerians. Let's have the spirit of sportsmanship.
Okay.
Let's move this country forward. Let's talk the sentiment and all these kind of things. You see, the judgment was unanimous. You see, what of other?
Hello? Oh, we lost that call right there. All right, joining me right now is Barrister Paul Ajiroba. Barrister Paul Ajiroba is a legal practitioner. Barrister Paul, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yes, please. Well, this morning we'll be discussing on the Nigerian Labour Congress and the announcement of the end of the two-day warning strike that held on Tuesday and Wednesday. And this two-day warning strike was embarked upon over the unfulfillment of the agreement by the federal government on petrol subsidy removal. However, the NLC President Joe Ajaero stated yesterday that a significant achievement was made with the strike. Now, even though... Are you with me, Barrister?
I'm with you.
All right. Even though the significant stride which the NLC president claims the strike achieved was not spelled out, do you agree with him that a significant stride was achieved?
You see, when I talk about strike, is the constitutional right of the labor union under the Labor Union Act. And the essence of this strike is on 2 or 3 bases.
Okay.
The increment or hike in fuel prices, and the entitlement of lecturers at the university.
Okay.
Now, these two on this strike, I don't think has achieved the aim and objective of what the labor unions went on for. But I think maybe the pending indefinite strike is what we are going to achieve what we are looking up for from the federal government.
Okay.
What I would just say is that the federal government should not wait until there is an indefinite strike for some reasons.
Okay.
One, it's because it doesn't speak of well of us that until the labor unions take action, that is when federal government will not listen to their agitation. It doesn't speak well of a good nation and a nation that is progressive in nature. Then secondly, when labor unions goes on strike, it affects our economic value and the activities in the society. And which I think that if the indefinite strike starts, there are so many havoc or harm that will cause to us than what happens presently. So my advice for the government is that they should quickly act and grant the request of the labor union before the so-called indefinite strike. The truth is that people are really in pain. People are really suffering. And that's what the view about this action about labor strike.
All right, Barrister Jiroba, in essence, what you're trying to say is that looking at the economic activities that was halted these few days, it goes a long way to say that the strike was not necessary. Is that what you're trying to say?
The strike is necessary. So as to put government on notice of the seriousness of indefinite strike. You know, even under the labor law,
yes,
before you go on strike, you have to notify the government minimum of 7 days. That's what the Labor Act says before you go on strike.
Okay.
For the essence of this is that maybe the federal government will beckon on the labor union for both parties to reach an amicable solution on the terms and settlement of so-called proposed strike or agreement.
All right.
That is necessary. But the point I'm trying to make is that it will be bad for us as a nation that despite the labor union has gone through the strike, our federal government has not taken appropriate action towards their request. It will not speak well on us for labor union to go on an indefinite strike again. Number one, the country now is at a state that everyone is complaining, suffering about the dividends of democracy. And when we talk about the heartbeat of the nation, we are talking about the labor union. Why is it that the federal government cannot answer to their cry, to their voice on what they can do if they cannot do everything now at this point in time? So that's my whole position.
All right, Barrister.
The strike is necessary, but we are calling on the government to answer to the voice of the so-called labor union before they will embark on the indefinite strike.
All right. Yes, talking about indefinite strike. Now, based on your presumption, do you think the government will yield to the demands of the labor union coming from this warning strike, or what should the question that most Nigerians will be asking is what's next? What should the government be doing towards stopping an indefinite strike? Because we have seen that it will clamp down economic activities. What do you presume?
I don't see any reason why the government cannot call or invite the labor union leadership today on the way forward to resolve the issues before them. Let me tell you something. The implication of this indefinite strike coming is that it may be hijacked by frustrated Nigerians. Because Nigerians are highly frustrated with the pain and the hike in fuel prices of what is going on now. It may be hijacked. If the government is going to look for another alternative of or any other means, the government should do that before indefinite strike. Because people are tired, people are frustrated, people are not happy with what is going on in the society. Now, if people now go on strike and embark on indefinite protest on the street, who says that what happens in 2020 during the NSAT cannot happen in this indefinite strike? Because everyone is affected one way or the other. That's just the advice I'm calling on the government for. Because civil servants are the heartbeat of the nation. And the government must take them seriously.
All right.
They must take them serious, I mean.
All right.
So even if civil servants. It happens to the entire nation.
All right.
It happens to our economic value. It happens to everything that we have in the nation.
All right. All right.
So that's just my own position. I don't see any reason why they should not be called upon. I admit it, possibly today or tomorrow or before they embark on indefinite strike.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Barrister Jiroba, for your position concerning the NLC 2-day warning strike that went down 2 days ago. Quickly, before we round off, let's analyze some of the statements made by one of the founding members of the APC, talking about Mr. Osita Okechukwu. He disclosed that he had experienced the pain of losing post-election litigations under the Buhari administration. That is, while he was with Buhari, and he fully understands the grief of the members of the PDP and Labour Party and that of the Allied People's Movement over the outcome of the presidential election court judgment. And he also noted that although the main opposition, talking about PDP, had bright chances of bouncing back through the 2023 presidential poll, the political greed of their candidate, talking about Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, denied the party victory. He also alluded Atiku's failure in the polls to not throwing support for his former running mate, Peter Obi, and to other southern presidential candidates, and he said that was what divided the party. What do you make of this assertion made by Mr. Osita Okechukwu?
You see, it's in two ways.
Okay.
When the party leadership cannot handle party crisis, they are sending signals to the opposition, which they may likely take advantage of it. See what happened in PDP in 2014. That APC took advantage of PDP lapses. But notwithstanding, every party, as I always say, must be disciplined. And they must follow the party constitution in order to avoid unnecessary party crisis in the party. Don't forget that everybody has the right of association. And even in a political party where your interest is not being protected, you will move to another political party that your interest will be protected. And if that interest is not being managed properly, that's what causes division and gives the opposition an opportunity against the ruling party.
Okay.
Now, on the side of the court judgment, I always say something that politicians should not be too desperate for power. If you lose the election, it's not the end of the world. There's still another 4 years time.
All right.
And we must respect the court judgment.
All right.
Because the court judgment is final, it's binding,
all right,
and it's enforceable.
All right.
We should not resort to self-help.
All right, Barrister.
And that's just my own position about post-election matters.
All right, Barrister.
With several litigation.
All right, Barrister, because of want of time, let's, in 30 seconds, looking at what has played out in the polls and also at the tribunal, and even at the looking at the present economic state, do you think PDP has a hope to bounce back as a formidable force?
If they can be united, if they can be disciplined, if they are ready to pay the price of coming back again, that is the only condition. We shouldn't deceive ourselves any longer. I always say Nigeria has moved from the level of party system to an individual that can perform and give them the dividend of democracy.
All right. All right, thank you. Okay.
A party cannot survive without the people. And the people cannot survive without the party.
All right, a party cannot survive. All right. All right, thank you so much, Barrister Paul Ajiroba. Thank you for your contribution on the Diamond Breakfast Show. All right, you're still listening to the Diamond Breakfast Show, and we've been discussing many issues bordering around the presidential election petition judgment, as well as the NLC strike and other matters. Well, we have bills to pay, and when we return, the phone lines will be open for you to contribute. Yes, do not go anywhere. You're still tuned into Diamond 87.7 FM.
Education is the bedrock of any nation. And here at Diamond 88.7, we make it our top priority. In view of this, we've brought you a mouth-watering offer for all primary and secondary schools. School owners can place their adverts with us at affordable prices and get amazing discounts. So, for every 3 slots of school adverts you place, you get 3 more free. Exciting, right? This is one offer you don't want to miss. Offer lasts from now till the 22nd September 2023. Take advantage of this offer and showcase your school to the world. Don't forget, pay for 3 school adverts and get 3 more free. For inquiries, call 091 2929 4332 or 081 2828 6078 or visit our marketing office at Plot 2 New Yidi Road, Irewolede, Ilorin, Kwara State. Diamond 87 FM, shining supreme.
All right, you're welcome back from that commercial break. Yes, the phone lines are buzzing right here. All right. Okay, let's pick this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes,
I'm
please.
Bamidele here, speaking from office.
All right, Mr. Bamidele, go ahead with your contribution.
Yes, the learned man has spoken. But I, as a layman, what surprises me is the judgment concerning transmission of election results.
Okay.
Well, then, why is there need for beavers? If the Electoral Act says that, whatever results should be transferred immediately from beavers to IREC, and INEC chooses to transfer immediately on other elections except presidential election. What does that one mean? I'm a layman, but let me tell you, Nigeria judiciary, as far as I'm concerned, it's not yet free.
Okay.
If you check, even in Africa, Kenya has nullified presidential elections up to 2-3 times. Even where the president has the power to sack the judges. The last time, the president sacked all of them, and they maintained their stand. In Nigeria, we are not yet matured. Then another issue, I'm not against anybody.
Okay.
The president admitted that he has a Ghanaian passport. And the rule says you cannot be citizen, you cannot have dual citizenship. You cannot contest election. That's another area that gives me. The judiciary should look at this. But whatever it is, whatever anybody might be saying, to me, what Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi are doing is not wrong.
All right.
They are not calling for violence. They have the right to go to court, and they have the right to appeal if they are not satisfied.
Yes.
Tinubu has been supporting people to go to court.
All right.
And that is why it became prominent, because he helped people to get their mandate back in Oyo, Osun, Edo, and so on. That's why it became prominent. Nobody should blame those who are going to court. God bless you.
All right. God bless you, Mr. Bamidele. All right, the phone lines are still open. 0913-655-6952. What are your thoughts concerning the outcome of the presidential election petition judgment, as well as the NLC 2-day warning strike? Was it necessary, or was it just a waste of time? You can also make your comment and make suggestions towards future accreditation and transmission of results. Should the manual process be discarded? Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Zil from Fati.
Dr. Zil, good morning.
Good morning.
It's
Quickly,
good to have
let me say, one of your callers said that I'll be disappointed. He's deceiving himself, because the truth is that I'm not that I said to study when I was there. It doesn't mean that studying law at this level, at a PhD already in one area, so you are telling me some of them don't know. They just come from one small corner and be talking. But that's their own problem. Then when it comes to the judgment, I am not disappointed because it is expected. The judiciary, they just on their own say what they feel and what they think. It doesn't mean it is now. And I said it, that the Supreme Court is the only final court. And even at that, Supreme Court still has God as the one supreme one. So all this one we are talking about, because whether they like it or not, what we are facing in Nigeria is staring all of us in the face that we are not moving forward in one way or the other. We should stop deceiving ourselves. Our judiciary should sanitize themselves and face it. How can you call Abuja 37 states whereby they don't have governor, they don't have a House of Assembly? Who are we deceiving? May God help us.
All right, thank you, Dr. Zil, for your contribution right there. Well, much reactions have been coming concerning the petition tribunal judgment. And, well, okay. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. I'm John Pacifico.
Okay. All right, go ahead with your contribution.
I really have a reservation towards the nationhood of Nigeria. Now, when somebody has been around in this country for about 50 years, but things have been the same, certainly we are throwing away our tomorrow. Certainly we are not building a nation for our children of tomorrow. Because you can forgive a child who ran away from light, but what was an adult who is unwilling to stand in the light? The problem of this country, whether ASU, whether Union, NSC, or so, you will remember the day Michael Imodu, like I said, we have Michael Imodu Labour Institute in Kwara. All people from all countries and nations, they come here for seminar and workshop. Now, when it comes to judiciary, I started attending courts way back 1962. And now, when it comes to labor, I have been to industrial arbitration panels in Abuja when I was the staff of University of Ilorin here.
Okay.
And I worked in the Kwara State House of Assembly. When I left ABU to Kwara State, I saw everything. What I'm trying to point out is that with my experience and what I have, the opinion I have formed, I cannot see if the Nigerian nation has not bettered me or improved me. Now, what will I tell my children? How will I encourage those who are aspiring to really be steadfast? There must be a system. We've been talking about this for almost 10 years now. There must be a system here. I said it one time that I worked with an American in ABU, and he received a letter of promotion, and we were jubilating. The Nigeria was rejoicing with him. He said, why are you jubilating? I said, for the promotion is a big deal. He said, it's not a big deal. There, they don't need to see him. They have his record, they have his family setup, and they know his degree and experience. So they put him here, they put appropriately. Do we do that here? Unless you.
All right, our time is fast spent.
God bless you.
All right, thank you so much. All right, we can't pick any more calls, and this is where we'll be drawing the curtains on today's edition of the Diamond Breakfast Show. A lot of reactions, and we just hope that time will permit us next time to discuss more on this issue. Well, join me next week for another exciting edition of the program. And special thanks to my producers, Taiwo Adediran and Mahmoud Lawal. God bless you so much. Remember that Nigeria is our nation. It is our collective efforts to make it a better place. So do everything possible from your immediate society or your immediate environment to make Nigeria a better place. I am Nedu Okorie. Stay tuned for more exciting programs and content from the stables of Diamond 88.7 FM. Your shining supreme station. Have a splendid day.
I'm in love. I'm obsessed. And I don't even feel guilty about it.
Obsessions are not always bad, especially when it's an obsession with your favorite radio station.